Hey my sugar bears, welcome back to my channel, Bougie AF. It's your host, JNicole. It's where I say stay bougie on them. It's me feeding you feminism for the soul. It's my soul food offering. It's where I apply pressure to issues by being critical and logical. Now don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get to the commentary where I can guarantee you I will be doing too much because that's just me. And like Sheree said, who's gonna check me, boo?
All right, let's get into it. So like I said, for this playlist that I am creating, I am going to be reviewing the different clips that have came out regarding the Bravo show Xscape and SWV, Queens of R&B. As you know, if you've been following the situation, it's been a whole lot of drama, craziness. Like, it's just been these two groups and different various people in the industry. Like, it's just a lot that we're learning about what goes on, the beef that people privately be having in the group with the other groups. It's a lot. But it's been very entertaining, I must say. But in this next clip, we are going to be watching Kandi respond to Tamar and Tamar's accusations about, Kandi, trying to fight her with her husband, Todd. So here goes Kandi saying that, Tamar is a bold-faced liar, and this is what she had to say.
About the beef. The only thing I'll say right now is, simply that's not true. My husband never said nothing to her. He did not threaten her or none of that. So that's why I was like, I don't even want to address that on Amazon Live. She and I did have words, but he did. So that's why I was like, yeah. Some people like to twist things a little bit, but we can talk about it later on a different platform or not. Anyway, everybody's wanting to know about the beef.
All right, so that is Kandi's response to it. I will say this. Tamar has not been known to be a liar. She's been known to be a lot of things. You may not like her personality. For one, I love Tamar's personality. I think, women like Tamar, and especially black women like Tamar, get such a hard time for being such, out there, over the top, just say it like she wants to, because there's a lot of program of how a woman, especially black community, how a black woman's supposed to be and what you're supposed to say and how you're supposed to, I guess behave, right? I think if you look at their two personalities, Kandi and Tamar. Kandi is extremely more relaxed, laid back, and just, some would say more chill. And I'm not saying one is better than the other, right? It's each his own. Whatever you prefer is what you prefer, right? I think I like both of them, to be completely honest. I would have the capacity to be able to tolerate both of them. Now, when it comes to Tamar, I would have the capacity to tolerate both of them. So for me, I don't see anything wrong with either one of these women. People attack Kandi, say that she's dry sometimes, and, she doesn't show a lot of emotion. And if a lot of times when people make fun of Kandi is because of how she speaks. It's so monotone, right? So it's not like an entertainer. Whereas Tamar giving you a full-blown entertainment when she opens her mouth, right? Outside of her talent of being able to sing like she does. I mean, because baby girl can sing. With that being said, I still believe Tamar. And let me tell you why I believe Tamar. I don't believe Todd, said anything like, I want to fight you or we're going to fight you. I don't think that's what it was. I think it was the fact that he addressed her in a way that was supposed to impose some type of, intimidation. I think she did feel as if though he was trying to intimidate her. And I think, if you see me having words with somebody and you as a man come up, and I totally agree with her, and you look at me and you're like, what it is. Nah, nigga, what the fuck you mean? What is it? What is it? And that's just me too. So for me, I understood what Tamar was saying. I don't think she was trying to say he full blown was you want this work. But you look at somebody and you start talking about, what it is. No, I don't know what it is. So I missed it. Let me know what it is. Yeah, I totally agree with Tamar. Don't address me as a man, right? If I'm having words, if you're not having let's calm down. Can we talk about it? If that's not what you saying, don't say shit to me. Period, point blank. So I got what Tamar was saying, but let's see what they're saying in these comments. Child, looks like somebody will be getting hit with a defamation soon. I don't think she's going to be hit with a defamation. I think she is And that's the thing. You guys, I don't even think you guys know what a defamation is. I think people just say defamation, slander, and all this other stuff. Like, people can speak about their experiences with people, and if it's the truth, right? That's not defamation. Defamation. That's not slander. Like, you guys literally forget that, the defense. And I just heard this last night, so I must definitely repeat it. But I've heard it before. The defense to slander or defamation is the fact that you just have to be telling the truth. Period. Like, and even me, like in like real fucking life, you can say like whatever you want about me. You can think whatever you want about me. All I have to be doing is telling the truth, right? That's it. That's it. Like, and that's why I tell people I sleep fine at night with whatever you think. I sleep fine at night with whatever you think because I know where the truth lies, right? And so I'll never be, I'm not going to say never because, I mean, life is what it is, but I'm not someone who fears that whole, like, Tasha K making up type of shit. Like, nah, nope. The truth sets you free. And so, if Tamar is telling her truth, right? Then that's all there is to it. And you know what also helps Tamar is the fact that she said this months ago. Like, she said this months ago. She didn't tell you who it was. So it's not as if though, oh, hey, I have an album and now that I'm going to post about this situation. She posted about it in real time. She was asked about it now because she's out there, doing promo and stuff, promoting her single. What's her single called? Change, promoting her single. So, she was asked about it, so she answered. What's she supposed to be scared about? I'm confused. Y'all think it's other people's job to keep other people's facade or character or their narrative that they're building around who they are intact. And that's not other people's job, right? And it's also to say that it's her job to tear her down, but because you may think that Kandi's a certain way doesn't mean that Tamar have to uphold that if she knows different. If I know someone's a scumbag and you think that they are God's gift to earth and they are amazing and all this other stuff, that's fine. You can keep how you feel. But if I have had my own experience with somebody, it's really F how you feel about that person. I'm gonna be completely honest. And I think that's just where Tamar is. Like, nah, girl is not cool. She felt them vibes on that big brother. Like, she already know, like, there's something underneath that in terms of, like, what Kandi thinks about her. And you talk about somebody twisted stuff around. Like, oh, so you know me to twist stuff around? You know me that well to say that I be twisting stuff around? And I know that's how Tamar looking at it. And I know that's why she's mad. I know that's why she's taking all these shots at her. Because, like, girl, no. And Kandi, at this point, when it comes to Tamar and giving her opinion and stuff like that, that's not your friend, right? Like, that's not somebody you calling. That's not somebody you clicking up with and going out with and any of those things. I did say this before. I think they were in the friend circle in a way, but at the same time, she don't owe you that. Like, she does not owe you, having to keep her opinion about, to herself about something that is in the news. That's something that is being talked about in social media. You guys want to play this social media game halfway where you want to be in it. You want to report on it. You want to talk about it. But then when you're the subject matter, you want people to have hands off. And it just really does not go like that. All right. So let me see if I have any more clips that have to do with Tamar. So it's here. Social media reacts to Tamar and Kandi Burruss' feud. Let me see what they're saying in this one. It's the fact that both Nene and Tamar do this aggressive impression of Kandi.
And you did, and then you double down and put it in your story. Listen, it's my man. Everybody talking about my man. Like that. Nah. But you said, and you did, and then you double down and put it in your story. Listen, it's my man. Everybody talking about my man.
Now you go and sit down. I want to talk to you. Anybody thinking about leaving here is going to find my left foot square up their ass. Do you understand that? Why? Shut up, you junkie whore. I'm talking to you. And those two bitches that left, they better learn to sell pussy in Iceland, because if I ever see them again, I'm going to cut their fucking throats. We are family. And that's what we're going to stay. I got important business out there today. And when I call you, I want you to come out there and shake your asses proper. You hear? Huh? Now get out there and make it look good. Now you...
Oh, that's such a powerful scene. But they're saying that's Monica to Kandi and Tamar before their next show. Kandi versus Tamar. Ooh, I like that scene. And I like that scene for so many different reasons, because the manipulation of her being a madam and, you know, threatening to slash people's necks and, you know, calling these girls, insulting them and calling all types of junkies and treating them a certain way and then saying we a family. I need you to understand how powerful that mind fuck is in this world, in black culture sometimes, in terms of like building community. And that's why I tell you, I'm not telling you community. You see them? She got them out there selling ass and talking about we a family.
Very funny, Tammy. Don't start laughing.
So this clip is making fun of the fact that Tamar is saying Kandi can't sing and then promoting her single is My Kind of Petty. Oh my gosh. Like, yo, Tamar is like, yo, there's a quote or something where Tamar says like, you have the most to say in the music industry with the least amount of vocal talent. That's what Tamar's saying. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that's what Tamar's saying. And it is pretty funny. It is pretty funny though. Like, it's funny.
Say fuck that bitch, because that was some bullshit that she did, but I can't say that, but I have to say the politically correct things. I don't want to say fuck that bitch, because that was some bullshit that she did, but I can't say that, but I have to say the politically correct things.
So if you don't know, that is Toni Braxton, and this was years ago, because if I look at that, that's her ex-husband Terry. I believe it was. I believe that's her ex-husband. So this was like years ago, and I mean over like 10 years ago. So it says here, you have every right to express your feelings on an issue where you were threatened. I know that's right. And then called a victim. Kandi just jealous because you have the talent, a way better voice, and a successful solo music career that she's never accomplished. Don't let them bully you, Tamar. This is what I do hate. I respect Tamar and I respect Kandi for all of their accomplishments. People can have problems with each other and it not be the root of it not being jealous of each other, right? Like, I hate that we do this, especially when it comes to like women. Like, women have principle. We stand on principle. We stand on different things. Like, yeah, if I have a problem with someone and there's a real, there's substance to it, and it's not some old bullshit like, oh, I just don't like her. Oh, she thinks she's all that. To me, that's corny. I'm never showing up in like real fucking life talking about the next bitch thinks she's all that, because I think as a bad bitch, you should think you all that, right? You should be, you know, walking in the room like, I look good, right? I think all of that for every woman. I think every woman should have that about themselves, right? But if I say I don't like somebody and I got a problem with something that they've done, I'm going to be able to list something. I'm going to be able to tell you something. I'm not just going to talk about them for no damn reason, right? So I hate that we do this to women to make us look so like catty and brainless as, oh, it's out of jealousy. No, these women have nothing to be jealous of each other about. They're both successful. They're both beautiful. They both have fans. Like, they both have amazing lives. They both, you know what I mean? Like, it's just really weird, right? This is nigga mentality. Like, and it just is what it is, and I hate it for us because we always fall into that, right? If it's substance and I can stand on it, like, it is what it is. Like, don't put me in this like type of petty ass box. But back to this Toni Braxton clip. I don't know who, like, because Toni Braxton is so unproblematic. Like, there's just women that are just unproblematic. And I hate to even sometimes use that word because it implies that other people are problems, right? But at the end of the day, life is life and you have to deal with it as it comes. But it's just some people, they kind of just avoid it. And, they do a really good job avoiding it. But they just maybe have a personality that is, very palatable to the masses. Some people you're just not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, and some people they can manage to be everybody. Seem as though like mostly everybody's cup of tea. And Toni Braxton and I think Mary J. Blige is one of those people, or a couple of people that is everybody's cup of tea because they just are just very chill and laid back, and they really kind of don't offend. And I don't have to say other people offend, but they tend not to offend people's, fragility or whatever. But I think Miss Toni Braxton is talking about Oprah. That's the only person I can think of that Toni Braxton has an issue with, and it's Oprah, because she feels embarrassed by Oprah because of an interview in the '90s. So yeah, but outside of that, Toni don't say nothing, and she tries to make sure she doesn't sound as if though she's trying to attack or go against another woman. But now let's get back to this. Now we need a versus. Like, we need a Toni Braxton versus, and I know. I sit and I think about, like, who could go against Toni Braxton. I don't want to see Toni and Anita Baker. I'm going to be completely honest. I just don't. I just don't think that's a good matchup. Even though I know people compare Toni's voice and all this other stuff to Anita Baker, I just don't think that's the matchup. I think it has to be somebody in her decade that, she should go. Well, yeah, it should be somebody in her decade. That's what I think. But if I had to think about a versus for Miss Toni Braxton, I'd look at Toni Braxton as like a legend, iconic. Has to be somebody that equally I look at as a legend, iconic. And I would have to say, I think I would have to go with Mariah Carey. I would like to see a Mariah Carey versus Toni Braxton versus. Now, I know what people are saying. They both have ballads, right? They both have mainstream, like, hip-hop, R&B hits. They're both not dancers, right? So they're most definitely going to stand still and, and sing, even though Toni will give you a little, a little shaky, shake. But I still think they're equally, matched to go against each other. So I would love to see that. Even though I love Mariah Carey is such an amazing person to just study and get some of that divitude from. I'm gonna be like, who? No, there's nobody. Like, if you ask Mariah Carey about verses, she'll be like, "This who's there for me to sing against?" Like, and just leave it just like that. Like, but I think everybody should, again, feel like they're the dopest in that type of way. But she don't feel like there's nobody. There's Mariah versus Mariah. Do you want me to sit and do, a versus, me from this album to that album type of verses? How I've stand the test of time and how my Christmas album keeps on shitting on the girls. You want that type of verses? How I don't even really have to work and I can just let my Christmas album, make me the money. Like, you want that versus? So, I think it's pretty dope, but I would love to see it. Me at work keeping up with Tamar and Kandi drama. Facts.
Two women who've inspired me with their character, strength, and of course, man stealer. Some loser. Their class. The two women who've inspired me.
Tamar called that lady Billy Goat. Kandi gotta fight her. She been on her top all day. Alright, so like Tamar was really on her top and really talking a whole lot of shit. And let me tell you why, because Tamar has went through she has also been through domestic violence. And so when Kandi made it or downplayed what Todd said to her, Tamar hit back with like, oh, it sounds like you're a victim. You think that shit is normal, right? Because a lot of times what, people do who are in abused relationships or mentally abusive relationships, emotional abusive relationships, they tend, especially within the Black community, amongst a lot of Black women, they tend to normalize that as that's a part of being, that's a part of love. That's a part of relationships. That's a part of the strength of a Black woman to endure that type of shit. So for Tamar, she just flipped it and was like, oh, okay, so you sound like you over there getting your ass beat if you think that's normal that your man said something to me, because it's not normal, right? And so Tamar didn't get up off of her because, like I said, she has went through that before, and she's like, yeah, you don't get to make fun of victims as if though there's something wrong with me calling some bullshit like that out.
Hold on. I had to endure being uncomfortable.
Okay, I'm gonna let you do this.
And I had to
Okay, so this is the clip where I could tell that, again, Tamar is a very expressive, over-the-top type of person, but you could see, like, Kandi just was not here. You see her. She's, like, very closed off, not here for her at all. And like I said, I think this predates them being in the house. I think people came into the situation with feelings and thoughts of the other person, and especially heavily Kandi on her other side, because I don't think Tamar really kind of, was harboring anything, but But Kandi seems to be like one of those friends that like she takes up for her friends in a sort of way like I'm not going to go click up or be friends with somebody who's not friends with my actual real friends in real fucking life. And that's what this came across. Like my friends in real fucking life don't fuck with you, and I've heard enough to feel like I'm all right with you too.
Being uncomfortable at work. Hold on. Yiddy-yaddling behind the stage. But it's time for me to go to work.
Tamar thinks that our group was purposely trying to be mean to her. We was trying to purposely mess up her set. But the bottom line is, we would not do all of those things on purpose to make her life bad on the tour. We were happy that she was there. So whatever she's thinking is clearly a misunderstanding.
Trying to figure out what's funny because it's getting a little disrespectful.
Hey, no, it's not.
Well, a little bit because I'm trying to tell you how I'm trying to tell you how I feel and you're laughing.
Well, no, I'm laughing because the thing about it is you taking it as though I know what's going in your head. I'm trying to play the...
Hold on. I had to get...
I feel Tamar on this. Like, don't, if I'm sitting here giving you my heart and, you know, telling you how I feel, even if you think I'm wrong and even if I may be wrong, please give me the respect to listen to me and, you know, give me the clarifying, you know, give me the straight, you know, the straightener. Like, if I'm wrong, give me the straightener, but don't disrespect me by, like, laughing at me, right? So I most definitely side with Tamar on this, to be completely honest with you. I also want to say this, Kandi, as much as you say that, there was no problems with Tamar on tour. Nobody would sabotage her, and they're not like that and stuff like that. Let's be completely honest, Kandi. We don't know what Latasha and Rocky was doing on this tour. We don't know what them people, you know, what type of debauchery that they were up to. We don't know. Like you got flaky ass, fraudulent ass people around you. So do I not put it past Rocky to sabotage somebody else who's on tour that could be out singing his wife? Yeah, from the way they acting right now, currently, Kandi, come on. Like, you don't know. So if she's feeling this way, you can't speak up on what other people may do, right? And this is why I don't co-sign. This is why I really try to stay from vouching from people, because I don't know what a motherfucker's doing when they're outside of my eyesight, right? Like, and that's just that. They one way in front of you and a completely different way around other people. And I've had this in my personal life where I'd be friends with somebody and thinking we are openly being ourselves, because I'm openly being myself. And then I'm finding out from other people, they are completely different type of way. They talk completely different. They think completely different. So sometimes people will get around you and they see your vibe and see who you are, and they'll try to act like they on that same type of time, right? And then they get around other motherfuckers, and that's when that true grimy hater, insecure, and all that other shit starts to come out, because they around people who vibrate like that, right? Because I don't vibrate like that. I don't keep haters around me, bitch. Like, none of that, right? Like once I see that type of insecurity, once I see all that, like, I be good. Because I don't dwell there. I don't think like that. Like, that's not how I move at all. So, with that being said, you can't really be speaking on. You don't know what somebody may have been doing if she felt that way. Okay, so here goes Tamar. She says, I am the victim when your man steps to a woman. Sounds like an abused woman to me. To see nothing wrong with that. I hope he's not beating your A. I pray for your healing. Yeah, like, don't. Like, girl, please. So we're going to go ahead and read some of these comments. Hollywood Unlocked. People have taken to social media to sound off on the Tamar's Braxton's recent feud with Kandi Burruss. Socialites, who are you siding with on this? I don't know. This is a lot. I can't read all of that. Can somebody please tell me what movie or show that is on the third slide? Because selling pussy in Iceland just propelled me to outer space. Woo! I had actually seen that movie before, right? So a part of, you know, me being able to have range, even though I'm not a journalist, right? A part of me being able to have range is the fact that I have been places and studied and researched different eras in entertainment and watched a whole bunch of shit. So in the black exploitation movies is one of those things, like, I have spent a lot of time watching and just being like, oh, they were doing us dirty. They were portraying us dirty. We were hoes. We were waking up thinking about robbing. Like, we were real degenerate in the 70s in terms of, like, how we showed up in pictures. Like, Like, did we think about anything outside of fucking instilling and degeneracy? Like, yeah, the 70s was a wild time on how they told our stories. It was crazy. Please take time to go check that out. Now, if Kandi called her a Muppet, she going to start crying and talking about mental health. 1,200. Listen, I mean, that's a good comment because I will say this: like when last time Tamar had a feud with another R&B girl, it was with K Michelle, and like nobody said her name during this whole situation because we all know Tamar don't want them problems. That motor mouth from Memphis is no joke. She's not gonna play with you. She's being real cool. Like you don't want to poke the K. Like you don't want to poke my girl K Michelle. Like that's just not even. I don't even know. Like that's not even what you want to do. So we don't even say her name. It's like Lord Voldemort. Like nobody wanted to say that name. But it is a fact that when Tamar went through that whole situation with K Michelle and they had them back and forth, she did do the whole victim thing and you know later on went on her show The Real and said how she was bullied because she was called a Muppet. I don't like them reindeer games, right? Don't talk about you being bullied and you got a mouth on you, you know, just equally just like a K Michelle, and you can hurl insults and you can make this and you have the gift of gab, or you have the gift of the gift of joking, playing the dozens, and then all of a sudden you're a victim. I don't respect that. You better go. You better take this joke and go cry to yourself. Like, period, poo. You got jokes too. Oh, that's a lot. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm selling healing. Who's this? Sweeter than Ben and Jerry's. Yeah, I'm selling sending healing. You wrote all of that shit for other people. I like both of them, but none for nothing. But not for nothing. Why do y'all keep saying Kandi is jealous of these people? Yeah, that is crazy to me. I can see a lot of things in Kandi, but jealousy isn't one of them. That girl is literally winning winning on all levels. I totally agree. You can have problems and not be jealous of somebody. Like, that is really reductive a way of thinking. But like I said, nigga shit. Our black queens, Kandi and Tamar, should not be compared. Both women are extremely talented and very good at what they do, with all things that have happened around the world as of 2020 and continue to happen. I don't understand why we as people continue to stand behind hate and negativity, especially black on black hate. We have enough people, groups, and organizations against us. We don't need to be against our own. It costs nothing to treat your fellow man, women, and child with kindness and respect. Listen, this is not an example of us against us, right? This is two individuals who have problems with each other, right? And they are going through the motions of figuring that out. Why do we take situations and try to roll them into social justice? Rolling into social justice situations. This is not a race fight. Like, this is not a race fight. Like, stop it. It's annoying as fuck. Tamar has a successful solo career. Now, that's just laughable because she hasn't had a hit since Love and War. Not to mention, whenever she's doing an interview, nobody, and I do mean nobody, asks her about her music when she does interviews. It's always about something else. Well, damn. I don't like that critique. I don't like that. I think she's had a successful career involving, music, being on camera. But people not asking about her music, I will say that I feel that that's happening in general across the board in the industry. Like, people are so, caught up into the reality TV show of social media and everything that people have going on and how it's all happening in front of us, that I do think sometimes people aren't paying attention to the art and the music and stuff like that. Even when I go to some people's pages and they say they're artists, okay, the first thing I should see when I come to your page is art, right? Like, whatever you say your art is, I should see that. There's sometimes I'll go into artist pages that, like, I'll get put on to new music, and the first thing I want to see when I go to your page is your music, you promoting your music. And a lot of times I'm going to pages and it looks like, is this a model? Everything but music is being highlighted on a page. I get immediately off that page. I don't take you serious. I want to fall for your talent and not the personality or the made up glam or the perfectness that you're trying to put out there on Instagram, right? So yeah, I think that's just a problem in general. All right, y'all know how we do here. We keep it posh as F. We keep it black as F. We keep it bougie as F. We keep being blessed, y'all, as F. And y'all be black, y'all. Kiss, kiss, kiss. And don't you forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.